Welcome to this edition of Wait a Minute. During this series, I'm interviewing various lady bosses about how they are practicing self-care and staying healthy and centered during the holidays. Today with us, we have lady boss Loren Brill, who is not only my sister, but she is a CEO and founder of Sweet Loren's, an all-natural cookie dough company that makes delicious products that are made with all natural ingredients. In 2012, Loren was awarded Top Woman Entrepreneur by Marie Claire magazine. She is also a Huffington Post blogger, as well as contributes to AOL's Kitchen Daily. So welcome, Loren.
Hi.
Thanks for being here virtually. And I'm so excited to have you and for you to share all of your knowledge and wisdom about how you, as a badass lady boss CEO, practice staying healthy and grounded during the holidays.
I love it. It's a great topic, and it's something that definitely everyone can learn from, and everyone needs to make sure they bring into their life during like the crazy, crazy holiday season.
Totally. Couldn't agree more. So let's get started. What does self-care mean to you?
Self-care means making yourself a priority. So just getting to know yourself and figuring out what for you keeps you grounded and feeling healthy. So it's just making sure you're taking care of yourself, because the better you take care of yourself, the better you're going to be around anyone else. The better I am around my family, my friends, my team, my office, customers. So it's really important to make yourself the best you can be so that you can be really good out there to others.
Mm-hmm. I love that. So really kind of knowing that you're that common denominator in every situation. It's like if you are taking care of you, then you can show up better for those around you in the situations that you're in.
Absolutely. It's the number one priority.
Yeah. So when you think about the holiday seasons, which are filled and with, so many parties and events and, maybe you're hosting things, what are the ways that you practice staying centered and healthy during those busy times?
I have a couple things I always try to keep in mind. I mean, I just got back this weekend from Woodstock. I went away with a bunch of my best girlfriends, and all we did was eat and drink and talk. But the way to make sure you can do that and still feel healthy and good is like we did a hike. So making sure that I ran one day outside and then we did a hike another day. So just making sure you still stay active. And that really helps, get everyone outdoors and feeling good and just digesting food. Make sure you drink a lot of water. So just staying hydrated and realizing that just because you're thirsty doesn't mean you just have to continually just drink wine or your favorite cocktail all day. Just kind of mix it up so that you don't go overboard. And then make sure when you're making delicious, meals that a lot of them are very vegetable based and just clean, so that, I think some of the most delicious meals are roasted vegetables and we made sweet potato gnocchi, so it was so delicious and flavorful, but, nutrient packed too. So just making sure that, the meals that you pick are a balance. You can have really decadent meals, but that you also have a ton of other salads and delicious lighter options too.
Mm-hmm. I love that. So it's you said so much goodness there of not only do we forget to hydrate and that we don't need to be hydrating with alcohol all the time, but that water is a great resource and that our body needs it, but also practicing balance of sitting, being present and having meaningful conversation with your girlfriends, but also being outdoors and being active with your girlfriends is a great way to still connect and spend that time. And then also making delicious, rich meals, but also clean and balanced with there being a lot of vegetables and healthier options for yourself, so it doesn't feel too heavy and too overindulgent that you're weighed down.
Totally. And then have fun. Just make sure everything you're making is really delicious. We make tea, cinnamon tea, and we made tea with fresh mint leaves too. And it's just something like tea, but really high quality and really yummy flavors. All of a sudden, you can just really sip on that and enjoy that. So, just make sure you're picking recipes that are delicious and you'll be super satisfied with them.
So you can still celebrate the holidays and still enjoy the time, but make it fun and balanced and creative, it kind of sounds like be creative with just these simple routines of just tea.
Yeah, I think that's a great lesson, is that, probably traditional recipes that your family's used to or you're used to don't necessarily mean that they're so healthy and clean. I think it's important to like keep the tradition going, but then always be able to feel good about adding in smarter, healthier choices every year. Like not feeling like you always have to eat the same thing every year. But, like bring a delicious natural tea to your dinner party or something, and only eat one serving of dessert, and then instead of going back to that second plate, like go try this amazing tea, and you'll just realize that trying new things are an adventure, and just getting in the habit of choosing kind of more natural, healthier options, like you'll just feel better. And there's like really nothing better than feeling good after a good meal. What sucks is eating a delicious meal but going overboard, and then you don't feel good, and then you've just like ruined the feeling good of doing all of that. So just really being in touch with yourself and just being like, I just want to get to that point of feeling really good, and I don't need to go over it.
Right. And just enjoying that.
Yeah.
So how do you, with the holidays being so busy and you being pulled as a CEO and having to do so much for the company and the growth, and it's holiday time, so it must be a really busy time for your cookies in the supermarket. But also, how do you balance your boundaries of your time, of like what you say yes to, what you say no to?
I just really make sure that I'm in check with what I think my priorities are right now. So, certain friends get priorities, certain networking parties or business opportunities get priorities. And I've realized that, I need, I'm very outgoing and like to be out there, but then there's certain times when I just need to fully rest and stay at home and feel really good about that decision too. So I think like you come to terms with just figuring out what the priorities are for you, and not feeling guilty about not being able to do everything, and making sure that you have that self-care or rest day or whatever it is, so that you have the energy to like really go at it the rest of the week. But you can't go 24/7, something's got to give. And so I know if I push myself too hard, I get sick. And I don't get enough sleep, I get sick. So I just make sure to make that a priority.
So kind of tuning in, making sure that you're aware of your energy, your priorities, so that you're not overextending yourself, but that you're balancing it all out and being able to say, you know what, I'm really tired. Like I can't make this party tonight, even though like I might really care about the hosts or who's going to be there, but like my body is telling me I need a night off.
Yeah.
And not being guilty about that on top of that.
I think that's the hard part, is that, I have FOMO all the time. I want to do everything, but you can't.
Totally.
So making the priorities for yourself and deciding on what makes sense for you, and not feeling guilty about it.
And guilt is such an empty emotion, right? It doesn't do anything for us. It just weighs us down. So it's like there's really no reason to hold on to that guilt. It's just like coming to terms with, okay, this is my priority because I'm listening to myself tonight of staying home or going out, but not being guilty either way.
Agreed.
Yeah. Love it. What is one piece of advice that you've received that you try to live by, but don't necessarily always this party tonight, even though like I might really care about the hosts or who's going to be there, but like my body is telling me I need a night off.
Yeah.
And not being guilty about that on top of that.
I think that's the hard part, is that, I have FOMO all the time. I want to do everything, but you can't.
Totally.
So making the priorities for yourself and deciding on what makes sense for you, and not feeling guilty about it.
And guilt is such an empty emotion, right? It doesn't do anything for us. It just weighs us down. So it's like there's really no reason to hold on to that guilt. It's just like coming to terms with, okay, this is my priority because I'm listening to myself tonight of staying home or going out, but not being guilty either way.
Agreed.
Yeah. Love it. What is one piece of advice that you've received that you try to live by, but don't necessarily always live by it?
Probably that, not to go 100 miles an hour, because running a company, hiring a team, managing a team, building, a personal life amidst a business life. Just there's so much to juggle. I'm learning as I'm growing this company. There's so much to juggle that I feel like I'm just going really fast all the time. Mm-hmm. And on the one hand, I'm getting a lot done because I'm going that fast, but I think that it's important to, when you multitask, you can't do anything 100%. Mm-hmm. And so I'm really trying to fully focus and not multitask as much so that I can really get the job done 100% and more efficient, as opposed to trying to do like 5 things at once. So that's the advice I keep getting, and I'm really trying to actually bring into my life now.
Mm-hmm. So what happens, that's such great advice, what happens when you realize you're running so fast? What do you tell yourself, or what do you practice, or what sign does your body give you that you realize you're going too fast?
I think that what happens is, if I'm going too fast, I kind of feel like I can't breathe. Mm-hmm. And I'm just kind of like in survival mode, as opposed to like encoding mode, where I'm really like taking information in and absorbing it. And so, I start to like, let's say I catch myself in the subway and I'm like trying to do emails and figure out what I'm gonna say in my next meeting. And it's just so many different things at once that you realize that, I'm not really doing anything 100%. And so sometimes on the subway, I just read through emails and start thinking about things, but I decide not to respond until I get back to the office, so that I haven't just jumped in immediately to something. Like I've kind of done a once over of kind of what's on my plate for that, afternoon. But I have time to really think about it and encode the information and figure out what I want my response to be. So I'm not just, firing answers really fast that aren't really thoughtful.
Mm-hmm. And what helps you slow down?
I take deep breaths and I try to sit back and just kind of let information, come into me and not be so reactive.
Mm-hmm. So the breath right there gets to be that like,
yeah,
you just
really good breath in and out. Yeah,
to create space from going so fast that you're kind of in blurred vision, so that you can slow down and like absorb what you said and code the information. Mm-hmm. Cool. Any other tips or tricks that you have for the viewers of how they can stay healthy and centered during the holidays?
Well, I think getting really excited about the meal and the people coming, and just is a really special time of year. Like, it's my favorite time of the year when you're around friends and family and delicious food. And so just make sure that that's the priority. It's just really enjoying the moment. And I think being sure to incorporate, healthy tips in, whether it's like, you going for a run or walk by yourself, or getting the whole family together, or just making sure that you don't frazzle yourself. Mm-hmm. Don't go 100 miles an hour during this holiday season, because then you'll miss it, So getting organized and, keeping healthy food around you, and just making it easy to make healthy choices so that you don't go overboard. And then, of course, it's important to keep Sweet Loren's near your side. So this is Sweet Loren's. This is my company. It's all natural cookie dough. This is our peanut butter chocolate flavor, but we also have chocolate chunk and oatmeal cranberry. And the packaging is really smart because it's place and bake. So it's pre-portioned, so you can make a couple at a time. So it's just a good trick so that you're not baking from scratch and making dozens of cookies and having them sit around. You can bake as many as you want at one time. And so I think that's also really helpful to keep, not just like endless food around, but just the right amount, and make it fresh and make it delicious. So that's my my trick, keep Sweet Loren's around.
Yeah.
Everyone will be happy, and it's portion controlled, and it's 100% whole grain. It's non-dairy. It's really clean, good ingredients. So there's a lot of fiber. Actually, our peanut butter chocolate cookie has 3 grams of protein, 2 grams of fiber. So it's satisfying and gives you a little energy boost.
Mm-hmm. And it makes every meal a little sweeter.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What is one of your favorite holiday recipes to have?
Well, what I'm really into right now is actually using our cookie dough to make other recipes. So you can actually press this cookie dough into like a pie crust to make a cookie pie crust, and then fill it with your favorite filling. So I'm like really into using actually this peanut butter chocolate cookie dough as a pie crust, just pressing it into a pie crust, baking it, and then filling it with this amazing like dark chocolate fudge on the inside. So it becomes like a chocolate peanut butter pie, and it's so easy and delicious.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a healthy indulgent, right? Then you get to balance it out by moving your body, by having a lot of other fresh, yummy, healthy ingredients, that it's not, you're not just being weighed down by the sweet.
Yeah. We don't want anyone to have that sugar high, sugar crash. So for me, like, my body feels better when it's, I'm using dark chocolate, we're using whole grain flours, using non-dairy, like healthy oils, and my body, it's a sweet treat, but it's not going to give you that sugar high and sugar crash.
Mm-hmm. Love it. And I know that one of my favorite memories from like Thanksgiving of practicing balance and staying healthy is like our family, we always take a walk between the meal and before dessert. And I think that's like really special time, because it's not only more meaningful connection time, as you were saying earlier, of like connecting to your friends and your family and enjoying that moment, but you're also making space for that balance of like then also being able to enjoy your meal and enjoy dessert and not feel too weighed down either way.
Yeah.
You get to have it all.
Agreed. It's a good family tradition.
Yeah. Awesome. Laura, will you tell everyone where they can find your delicious Sweet Loren's cookies?
You can find our all-natural cookie dough in the dairy refrigerated aisle of supermarkets. You can actually go to our website, sweetlorens.com, SWEETLORENS.com, and check out where our store locator, and throw your zip code in there, and you'll find out what stores near you sell our product. And if your local store doesn't, feel free to request us too. But we're sold in most states, and so enjoy. Happy holidays. Happy healthy holidays.
Thank you, Laura. Thanks so much.
Bye.